Hey, how you doing? DJ Khaled and everybody on CNN and then every rapper and everybody on CNN and then Lil Wayne Drake and CNN and the newscast. I want to say something to people because people think people got to mention your name to make you the topic of conversation, and they don't. But I want to thank Queen Latifah, I want to thank Tyrese, and I want to thank everybody else, the news anchor. Because you know what? Dallas judged. Dallas had pride. They judged with the rest of them. There are certain individuals, black people, that they play like they was involved, and they not involved. They act like they didn't need me. But let me tell you what I respect about CNN and the news, but I don't respect about the gospel and everybody else. I don't respect about Doug McMillan and some black people, racism and pride. But one thing, they listen and stay humble. Kevin Gates listened to me from day one. And I want to tell Kevin Gates, thank you. I want to tell Queen Latifah and Keisha Cole, they throw punchlines at me. Names don't have to be called. DJ Khaled was talking on Facebook, Ace Hood, Ice Cube, Trump, CNN. It was a little difficult. Everything was a little difficult at first. We had other things going on with people behavior in the community. So things got a little shooken up when we was communicating, CNN and everybody else. Um, um, Jeezy threw the punchline. I can't take that as a wrong situation. But other black individuals that judge, I didn't let my pride, even though y'all are successful already. I didn't let my pride. It wasn't about the money. You listened. And that what counts the most. You laughing. You know what I'm saying? I let you laugh at the end of the day. Everybody else trying to act like they know somebody. They claim like they involved, but they involved like DJ Drake said and Nicki Minaj and Lil Wayne said. Why the niggas claim like they involved, but they get involved? I have to thank Kevin Gates for listening, even though a lot of things is happening. I have to give him that grace, that honor for listening. He didn't judge like the rest of these black people and the rest of people on live me. And we have to think of that when we are, sometimes we have conflict with people, but understand the meaning of certain things, of how people, yeah, DJ Khaled, go on Facebook, y'all on all the rest of these things, Beyonce need more people like you. Yellow Breezy wanted to lie, and all the rest of them wanted to lie. But God tell me, thank you for grace. Thank you for everything that you do. Trump, Obama, and them, Joe Biden. And we got conflict with politics going on. But let me tell y'all something. Thank every last one of y'all for listening. You didn't let your pride and your racism get in the way of Marianne baby mama. They gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't worry about it. They gonna know. Everybody else wanna make up lie like they know. God said they're gonna know what I'm talking about. Marianne baby mama. Everybody gonna know what I'm talking about. Tyrese, Drake, Lil Wayne, who else? Queen Latifah, Miss Wendy. There's a bunch of other people in the acting Marvel that plays on the side of Captain America. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Trump, Obama, even though we got a politic with Michelle Obama, the senators, everybody, thank you. You didn't judge. And that's a great moment when you have that, when we attacking social security issues, but we gotta misunderstand. We're attacking so much of these things. But I want people to know, those the ones you think the most when you hear them on Facebook. And I heard DJ Khaled while I was on there, and Joy and Victoria when I was in jail. They say don't manipulate people. But I wanna tell you something. Other people pride got in the way. Little people that's little and ain't that much as successful as your success got in the way. And I think when we dealing with those kind of things, we dealing with a lot of things that can be the most important. Go to Facebook when DJ Khaled told me to take acting, and if I find somebody, I don't want to date nobody in this region. I don't want to date a regular chick. You know why I don't want to date them? Because they don't understand the world. They don't understand the universe. I need somebody that got experience, and that's just not on the street level. You know what I'm saying? A woman that like to control and listen to everybody, and that's something when DJ Khaled was talking. If you find, yes, I'm gonna find what I look at, but I know I can't turn back. I know I can't turn back the time and go back to past. Date a certain woman that don't understand the point of views, and I told my baby mama I want to stay single because it's too much of a focus on you and focus on your mentality when everybody else yellow breezing, everybody on live me, and everybody had their pride. Me is a different story of where I'm coming from, you know. And that's the thing with that situation. Yellow breezy let his pride and other people let their pride get in the way in Dallas, and that's the main problem of what we got. But let me tell you, we thank Wayne for listening. And Wayne gonna know what I'm talking about. Other people gonna lie, say they know people, and all of those things. No, we know the truth. I see the fake, and I even see people trying to come up with my name and trying to use it on TikTok. So I become so big on Huber Sellers and at Huber Get Money Style the way I see people coming up with those things. And those Kanye West didn't judge. Trump didn't judge. Sending the newsacre, but Walmart judged. And God said, we don't need you. Walmart didn't let their pride down. And that's the main fact where I came up with ideas for Walmart. They judged. And I want to think something where we have so much revenue. Yellow Breeze and other people are calling me stupid in the community. But let me tell you something. I want to thank you. I want to thank you. I want to thank everybody on Like You when I came up with ideas and everything. And people heard me out. Y'all don't know Tyrese, no Queen Latifah, no. Everybody's so cut off with names. What's Khalifa, no. Everybody else know, but everybody else cut on long because they like to control. One thing I don't even blame the people on Trill, even though they don't know how to take music and let it be music. And I want to thank the people that's on Trill app. I think some of these kids didn't need to let music be music. Let us have everybody start to have fun, not being like some of these people that have hatred and have fun. I think it could be more better. America could make more billions. We all can make more money. We all can provide. But I wanna thank people because the listening is more that Dallas ever gave me and Walmart ever gave me. And I think when you in that format, when you in that retribution, even though um, Governor Abbott caught on late and the rest of them in Dallas played, the mayor played like he's stupid and did me wrong. So even though him and his people did what they did, I don't need your pride. I don't want you to drop your pride down because your pride need mean nothing to me, you know. But you judge without understanding. A lady said, I forgot. She's a gospel singer. Forgive and those things and let things go. But God said we moving on to better prosper. We moving those things. While Walmart wanted to judge, and I came up with ideas, and they wanted to judge. They wanted to lie with the rest of the name calling and judge. We didn't get that from Gucci Man. It's a lot of things when Gucci Man said, pay attention to the past events. When Gucci Man said, if you don't like your job, then quit. When Carter B said, I want to think, Jay Prince they did some whole shit in Dallas and take off. Um, Rest in peace to take off. I know why you came down here. You didn't come down here for they jealous, hateful ass, racist ass. You didn't come down here for them. Carter B sent you. And there's a lot of people don't know when Cardi B was on that thing and all said, you know, um, I'm really pissed off. I'm really pissed off that he had to go. And I know why he came. I'm really pissed off in that format. Right now, I'm pissed the fuck off. Because the hatred they got in Houston, they don't want another man to make it. The hatred they got in Houston, Jay Prince and them trying to come up, and Junior and them trying to come up, then he get on the radio station. I know why he came. But these dumb hatred motherfuckers that don't want to see nobody else come up. I don't even blame NBA Youngboy because you see Herb. I don't even take the song serious. But I want to thank him for hearing. NBA boy ever gonna know what I'm talking. Thank you for listening. God say he gonna reach out to NBA Youngboy and give his name. He was thank Birdman. Thank you for all of you for Birdman. You know, that's more than Walmart ever done. That's more than racism in the mayor and them ever done. That's more than this community, the news acres, and their behavior, what they showed listening to Yellow Breezy. That's more than they ever done. Trump, CNN, and then Capitol Hill. Thank you. God want to thank you. Marion, baby mama, April, thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for prosper. We ain't worry about humility. Thank you for all of that. You know, I'm a fan of Master 300. And I want to tell him, even though he don't know me, I want to tell him thank, because you know what? It's a song. All I ever want to get your family out the hood. When I listen to this, all I ever wanted is growth. And when I listen to those things, that's the most important thing. Even though Snoop Dogg with his actions, when he said, "I don't work for the government," you thinking wrong. Snoop Dogg got something to do with this. And Yellow Breezy way in the head of his time. But he wanted to be the topic of conversation and lie. Everybody trying to come up. But let me tell you something. What I told the Justice Department, and I told them, and I told the FBI agent, because I want them to hear me. I'm not holding anything back. And the DA prosecutors, I'm not holding. My state attorneys couldn't even listen to me. So I want the prosecutors to hear me. I want everybody in that mall. I want everybody in that in-town suite. And let me tell you, gang members going to try to intimidate them and stop them from speaking up. And that's where fear come at. That's where fear and retribution, because they don't want to get caught. And the other day, Yellow Breezy manager talk shit like Yellow Breezy and them doing. Who's Obama? You don't know who God is. That means if you don't know who Obama and them and the rest of them, you don't know who God is. And he think it's a joke. But God say, look, you gonna pay me in cash if you think Obama and the Capitol Hill and them a joke. And you think the senator and them are watching me and you think they don't got, they wasn't watching you live with the rest of them in Dallas. You got another thing coming to you. You got another thing coming to you. If you think they wasn't watching, you and your manager want to laugh, right, and take it a ton. And I told the Justice Department, God said they want to laugh, right? God said, you going to pay me, Yellow Breezy. You going to pay me everything, everybody that listened to you. God said, you want to laugh? You going to pay me for your lies and these kids that's with you. And God said, when it's time to come, and these gang members and they decide and these fans decide to take your side, and they don't know what's going on because they listening to you and Trap Boy Freddie side and these kids listening to you. God said, I'm going to put them to death. I don't want your 14th Amendment. I don't care about you. You ain't going to eat. I'm asking the president to send you to me. God said from the heavens, I'm asking the president to send you to me. I don't want you sitting in jail wasting my time and my money. I don't want you to do that. I want every kid that decide they want to file a Trap Boy Freddy and Yellow Breeze and them and the rest of them and lie, send them to me. Let me tell you something. I gave the Justice Department enough time to find out who's all involved. You ain't gonna survive in Dallas County. You ain't gonna survive in no jail and prison because you're gonna be put to death. And as soon as you get convicted, you go to charges. They already know. When Boosie wanna lie, they already know. So I want you to be careful of your words and what you do because you won't have a life. Y'all think one thing. You think after you commit a crime and commit a shooting that you just gonna sit up in there? God said you just gonna sit up in there? No, you ain't gonna sit up in there at all. You think when you go to jail you gonna plead insanity? You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing when you decide you wanna pull that hatred trigger. When you can't show love for your family and love for your brothers and sisters and you're not trying to understand, you know what you did. And these kids know what they're doing listening to people. Other than picking up a book, punishment by death. And I meant what I told that young breezy manager. I meant when you go to jail, you're gonna be punished by death. You and Yellow Breezy, Boosie. Y'all wanna tell lies, y'all don't wanna confess. I'm asking the president to do me a favor because they already know who you are. God say put you to death. Ain't no 14th Amendment right when you like to lie in the streets and play things in Dallas County. God say your pride the only one got in the way. But let me tell you, Wayne pride didn't get in the way. MO3 pride didn't get in the way. Drake pride didn't get in the way when he said we didn't hear that much about you, but I promised the truth to get revealed. But I'm so damn mad that Carter B and them sent Takeoff and us that sent Takeoff here, and that had to happen. I'm so damn sad that these hatred motherfuckers in Houston. I'm mad at this moment. I'm mad at this moment. And Jay Prince and them trying to come up off his death. God said you don't deserve that when you trying to be in charge. I got no beef with Paul. I got no beef with Paul Wall and them. I got no beef with Bumby. I got no beef with these people. They didn't call me out my name. They didn't do none of those things. They didn't do none of those things. But their ego went away. They didn't do none of these things. You know when I was on Twitter, the NBA players, Shaq came down here for. I know how Shaq came down here. I was on the women's league in LSU on Twitter, and the girl that saying I've been with a lot of guys that didn't treat me right. I went on her song. She said she gonna show me on Twitter. Ice Cube came down because I've been communicating with him on Twitter. The women's league, the things league, Walmart pride is in the way. These businesses, Texas pride is in the way. But I want to thank everybody else sending in the Fox News, everybody else that told me when one door closed, another door opens. The news acres, everybody from different news acres. Thank you. Thank you. In this difficult time, why black people teaming up with other people and people are judging these communities and mayor after his actions and the rest of them and city hall members and communities and women. Let me tell you, I don't need you. God don't need you. Just like the daily rappers had daily rappers list.com say he served himself. God always believed in me. But what are you? That New York senator that stepped down for sexual assault and everything and then arrested, tell him thank you. Because when the Dallas was judging and the rest of them were judging, you heard me out, New York senator. Let me tell you what I did hear when they talk about funeral homes. And I came up with ideas. Raymond talked about that was a bad idea up in Walmart, and it wasn't a bad idea. We could have did a better job when I came up with that idea. Cause they, one Mexican said we play both sides. I'm playing, but when y'all judging me, how can we understand it? How can we understand it when judging, getting judged, and understanding is not getting judged? Even though things say what he said, I don't know. I come up with ideas. I started to see the Social Security come up with assistant idea badges and everything out there when I came up with different things. But let you judge. This community got a problem and they don't even know it. But let me tell you something. April baby mama convinced me when the B2K got back together. She convinced me to go back hanging out with Marissa. Y'all catch on today. Say, look, when B2 got back together, when I'm on every social media, on my TikTok and like your videos, I'm playing B2K. And when they got back together, listen to it, because you're going to catch on. You're going to catch on. Dallas is going to catch on. Dallas is going to catch on more than they think they're going to catch on in this industry. But Mirza was being listened to everybody else. But everybody tried to be me in Dallas County. It's a lot that you don't know. There's a lot that you don't know. There's a lot that you blind on with Jordan Victoria and the news anchor when they say one of the 3LW say don't got no money, the person and all the rest of those things in court. Hey, I have money. That's not even a problem. But let me tell you something. One thing, God says Social Security don't owe me. And let me tell you how they don't own me. When they catch on late in the state of Texas, even though the Houston Senators already know, but you don't own me for the right of judgment, for the right of racism. And I'm telling Senator, you don't own me. God said you don't own those things. People don't have to say your name to make you the topic of conversation. But Yellow Breezy pride was in the way. The rest of them Dallas pride, when they say I don't need me. And let me tell you something. When I talk about getting money for 3,500 and your money supposed to come to you at Trap Boy Freddy, my seed was already planted. My seed was already planted because you go to the Texas Music Office, talk about songwriting, talk about royalties, talk about everything. I don't need your pride to be dropped. They say forgive and move on. Yes, we can forgive. But they selfish. They selfish to pretend they listen to Trap Boy Freddy and they try to shut me up gang members. Let me tell you something. I'm asking everybody to be in that Plano Willabin Mall that I talked to in Plano Willabin Mall. I'm asking for every employee. Don't you scare them, the Justice Department. Don't you scare them. And I tell a gang member, don't you scare these teenagers that want to lie in Dallas County. These people that want to come in. Don't you scare the people that want to be in Plano Mall and the employees in Galleria Mall that the one that listen to me. Every business owner that into me that listened to what I had to say. Thank them when I came up with the ideas. Thank this, but let me tell you something. I don't blame them in that mall. I don't blame the people I talked to and heard me out. But I blame the other people that refused to listen. Because if I wouldn't have got these businesses when I went in every Galleria Mall in Dallas and they said, yes, that's a good idea, the Willabin Mall. But some of these teenagers, when I was interacting, that's why I asked them, since they already know it won't be for that hard to get to the bottom of the information. It won't be that hard. I want to thank the Galleria Dallas Mall and the Willabin Mall and the businesses that actually heard me, except for the Addison Airport. I want to thank them for hearing me out. The mayor, I want that DEA agent that was right there in that Galleria Mall when I walked in. The black guy. He had his little badge. He looked like he was young. He was young and healthy. I want him right there in that courtroom. The the tell these niggas they lie because they think. And I want that Mexican DEA they was there. that all of them there was there. But let me tell you something. They wanted to know where their tax dollars at, and it was being racist. I don't need you. I don't need you. You women talk about everything. We got draft. We got everything with those formats. We got so many things. But when people don't want to listen and don't want to hear you out and they want to be controlled and other things about other niggas and other things, God said, we don't need you. One kid, not black guy, came at my door and talked about, oh, selfish. You're selfish because you're so busy trying to control and you're not trying to let other people connect or try to understand each other. But you don't want a woman to have a friend. I realized one of the actors that dated Common, that dated the guy Common in the relationship that was with her, one of the comedy actors that played with Kevin Hart on Night School. I think that was her Night School. And they talked about how Common treated his bad and every time he talked to people. Let me tell you something. You got to be able to trust your woman in the spirit. And your woman got to be able to trust you. Trust without bond. We have to come to a great understanding with those situations in the spirit. And I say, I wanted those things and those things. But let me tell you something. Trump always believed in me when people didn't do. But the name calling on the streets, the name calling what they was doing, the Mexican and the blacks with the rest of them, they know what they did in Carrollton and Garland, Texas that night. The DA don't know a damn thing. But the senators number was watching them. Let me tell you, they want me to be a victim, even when my phone was dying. And I didn't have a phone, and I sat out there in the middle of that street at that night, and I sat out there in that parking lot. When Garland decided to do me what they did me, when I was talking to everybody. You kids came up off of me. You niggas came off of terrorism. You didn't want me to be successful. And now y'all coming together now? Look at you. I don't need you. God don't need you. America don't need you. This guy on Daily Rap, he said on Daily Rap, he said something about he ain't making no money. God said, I'm making $1 billion for America. But what is the problem is? The problem is that you casting stones. Your pride is able to get in the way just like Yellow Breeze. God said, I don't want no business with him. God forgive, but we keep moving on this tank. You know, one thing I realized something in relationships and friendship, people that turned me down and people that did me wrong, you made to be a friend. And sometimes you're not made to be a friend because your words and your action and like how you like to act towards people and you don't deserve me. This is not about forgiving. This is not about all of those things and those segments. You ain't family. You ain't those things, so I don't have to worry about you. Everybody talking about you, and you know who the fuck I was. You wanted to listen to other kids coming up off me. Let me tell you, the state of Texas is going to pay a price. They're going to pay a price. God said the state of Texas is going to pay a price. In this community, they're going to pay a price. The Mary Johnson, I'm going to pay a price. And ain't nowhere a hoe going to be a hoe. Nowhere around it. But when the state of Texas lie, ain't nowhere around it, God said. When the Walmart sit up there and be racist, yeah, we can forgive. But God said, you're going to give me all of my money. I just assume it won't be that hard for the McDonald's employees, Justice Department, to give me what I'm asking for. For McDonald's, it won't be that hard for the Justice Department to give me what I'm asking from McDonald's Corporation. It will not be that hard since they already dropped the charges. It will not be that hard for them to give me what I want. To declare God said that I'm the winner from the racist McDonald's situation. I'm gonna get back at it. Hold up, we talking right now. We gonna talk because I'm getting ready to go to church In a couple of hours, my son gonna stay here because he got a lot of error issues. He don't know too much about God, but understand this, um, what those things is. Go back to when DJ Khaled was on the newspaper. You wanna live, right? Jordan Victoria said, you don't have to manipulate nobody, right? I never did. But let me tell you what I was trying to do. I was trying to get to the Social Security in the call center. And they changed their answer machine up after I said all the things that I needed to say. But God have gave me a bigger gift to look in the spirit. Let me tell you, even though God forgave, he know he had to keep his distance in many ways with certain individuals while he sent his other disciples on missions. New Orleans. He know these things to order to protect him. You don't think God you think God is gonna get crucified when he come back in there. But God learned from his mistakes each and every time. That's the thing about God and Jesus and the way he teaches you humans and teaches you things. When you make a mistake, he teaches you how to learn from them. Y'all don't know the gift that he gave you from learning the mistakes that you make. You can learn from them and move different. God understood those mistakes. He understood the mistakes he made and he learned from them, and he sent disciples by spirit. He sent them by spirit. It's something that you're going to feel in the spirit. I don't hear voices because if, if the courtroom tried to play me, that can be a bigger purpose. If the Dallas courtroom tried to play me in the state of Texas, that I don't hear voices. God come to me in the spirit, but also he talked to other people from different in the other spirit and communicate with them. The connection that we feel is much deeper. I have always believed in myself, but other people didn't believe in me. They doubted me. Even though Mirza always say, Hubert, proud of you when you went to Brookhaven. But this was something about me and Mirza, about what I didn't fight for. And I tried Demir, what I found out what I know about Demir. I want y'all to know something, Dallas. Mirza didn't want to listen to that Sabina was going to Pazin. He told me he had something and he wanted me to leave. He told me to leave when Sabina got back down here. When we stood in the room and Sabina was at the house. And he said, Hubert, she not down for you. Leave. And that caused our relationship. Her little brother was telling me, if you know what good for you, I tried. I tried in so many avenues. Friends, that girl she was in Perry that took a picture with her in Perry Middle School. And they in that thing. She wanted me to come into her apartment, and I turned my personality and my mindset. I acted some type of way because my loyalty matters the most. And when you turn your personality and just act some type of way for people, because you got to understand loyalty. You understand these things in many ways and understand it. She had no idea. This is my story. Even though she don't listen. Me and Demir had a problem about, and that's why when I was in Dallas County, they arguing about hoes. And one thing I don't want to argue with y'all about, and I choose to tune you out, just not tell you nothing. I argue with Demir and say when I was in the person that worked at Walmart, and I don't talk to him. He got a baby by the girl that Demir smashed. And I was in her house, me and her could have had sex, but I told her no, the connection was there. But I turned my head because I was loyal and I understand it. But these things are other people who understand these things. One thing I told Samantha when she told me that I was never going to have a son and I was never going to find a one. And one thing I told, we might go through argument, we might go through our differences, but we still left for each other. And that what matters the most. Even though she was talking shit in the car, I wasn't even mad at her, but I heard everything that she was saying. Even though she was talking shit in the car while we was going by our house inside Dallas, Samantha. And don't try to twist up my words. Because Samantha gonna know something that you trying to twist up my words, Dallas, Texas. And the rest of you niggas, she gonna know something. I said they got there when we was in that car going by her house and I told her they got to Marissa. And Mirza didn't want to listen to me when I was trying to tell him. I told Ricky, go to the Texas music. You talk about royalties. You talk about all this. It talks about all this in the U.S. royalties. When you get ready to take people to court, it talks about this. When people are suing each other, and I'm suing the industry, people are suing each other. I picked up a book in Carrollton, Texas. That Carrollton, Texas police know that when I picked up that book, he said, Hubert, you doing good at picking up a book. And that's going to come out some of those Carrollton people that was at that library and when other people was buffooning. That's going to know terrorism. Other women that was passing me by the hotel wanted to listen to people. When they see in Wendy's, other people trying to look at the people I was bringing to McDonald's. And they have to understand those things, the energy that I was bringing. I want every business. Don't try to scare people and take them down one by one. God say because you street niggas and you Dallas niggas want to be in your life. Let me tell you something. You won't have a lawyer in that jailhouse. God said, I want to allow you to even have a lawyer after you do what you did and you know what you're doing. Everybody that's chilling with Boosie and the rest of them, that listening to Boosie and Yellow Breeze, you won't have a lawyer. God said, I'm asking Obama and them to take your rights away. You know what you did. You want to listen to others and be controlled by others? You deserve to die by it. I don't care if God said, I don't care about your fucking 14 minutes when you kill one of my children because you don't believe in me and you have hatred. God said, I know who all of you is. God said, you can't even protect me. And you wanted me to see you. You want to see me. And you can't even protect me. Even though when I got crucified, they know back then, when I went back to the heavens, God said, they know back then, even though when I got crucified, they know back then what needed to be done. Even though when I got crucified, I still talked to my children through the spirit and voice. They communicated with each other. But God insists different times. So they don't want to call my children crazy in different times. They don't want to call my children. I come to them up in the spirit. I don't see demons, but understand these matters. Texas, you don't own God. God owns America. You don't own God. Even though God said you have the power, you got money in your hands. And we realize why you betrayed me the last time. God said I was able to this not see your body. Let me the question I asked, when I go to church this morning, the question I ask, I'm ask around, and probably when I get up there today, if I decide if I want to go talk to him afterwards. And the question I want to ask, God had lovers. God had things. He had different homes. He had different things. He had all of these things that he had. But let me tell you something. When I watched the Martin Luther King, I had a dream. And understand, they act like Martin Luther King was faithful to his wife. But understand that he had many kids and they come to light. The guy that had a thing, he left there, he found out he was Martin Luther King's son. He left his wife. Let me tell you something. I said this. I said, what if Tupac could have lived? If Suge Knight was a good friend of Tupac, he would have told him to chill. He would have told him we need to cut it out and chill. He would have told him at that if he was a good friend, he would have told him not to do those things. If he was a good friend of Tupac, if he really cared about Tupac like he said he cared about, he would have told Tupac to slow down. If Tupac would have watched his surroundings, he don't know who killed them because Tupac couldn't identify the spirit. He was confused on. They make a movie that he was confused about who killed them. You know, you blaming the spirit. You blame because you don't know who your enemy is. My name, you don't know who you enemy. Slow down and watch people. See their behavior. Watch their behavior in the spirit. Slow down and watch them. Take a seat back. You don't think I'm taking a seat back? You know, God told me to tell Joe Biden, your words mean a lot, but without actions, that doesn't mean nothing. Without action, when you see the Justice Department working, without action, that does not mean nothing. Everybody words mean a lot, but God said one thing. When the mayor have abused his power with City Hall and them, and my rights been violated, and I don't expect the gang members to understand my situation about with the Social Security, the reason why we are fighting. We are on two different things. When a doctor in Dallas County asked me about do you believe in God sent you a message? He caught a little attitude, and I said, yeah. He caught a little attitude. And, then he asked me if I got my music, man. No, he caught a little attitude. Well, I'm gonna tell you, if I have something, you want me to lie to you. You caught an attitude when I didn't give you a certain answer. You caught an attitude as a doctor in Dallas County just because I didn't lie to you and tell you I had music money. And he caught his little attitude. Then he tried to use my phone call against me and say, look, bitch, you did exactly what I did. Dad, I know the state of Texas. God said you did exactly what I wanted you to do. You did it, and you did it anyway after I told you not to do it on that phone. I told my mama, you did exactly what I wanted you to do, Dallas County. Use my phone call against me, state of Texas. You just don't know how stupid that you are. And then you tried to keep me in there. I got you right where I want to know. They tried, and one police officer said, no, they tried to play like I'm dumb. These women that listen to niggas that calling me out of my name. You're trying to play. This is not about confidence. This is not about purpose or confidence and whatever when you're talking about. This is not about those things. God said, you coming up with punchlines. I give you the words of meaning just to mention those things. But God said, you are so much more when you believe in me. My brother Muslim, he eat different food.